just messing with you. I thought the white shirt looked good.
White
With
shirt
the-
looked good.
The blue,
It brought out your nice.
Where's your
rose
white shirt?
cheek.
yeah.
Yeah, what's hanging up, it's drying.
Thought it looked good.
Whenever we get to the point.
Oh,
I'd like
hey,
to take
did
a
you hear
group
what,
photo if possible.
okay, WCXU, okay, how they pronounce your last name?
I got a call from him today.
Did you yet? I called him, okay, and I said, hey, you pronounced this man's name the wrong way. And he's, oh my God.
How they pronounce it?
Well, what's his
Lahoy.
name? Lahoy, yeah,
Lahoy.
Lahoy. Brian Lahoy.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah.
That's-
We don't have a full house
Well, Jay,
tonight,
you'll
That's
get
normal
Jay.
for all the
Yeah.
non-French people.
Yeah.
Lahoy. I said, oh my God.
I put a spin on it at the end, I said, I can put the French version if you want, he goes Lajoie, I said, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I like the Mark Twain saying, and so I like that, but, it was very, very, I thought it was pretty cool, but we kept saying Lahoy, Lahoy. It was kinda cool. I thought you did take a nice picture of the white shirt.
I think that's some of Ryan's handiwork, isn't it?
Might be.
Yeah.
What do you think, Scott? How do you look? You guys dress him up? Yeah. Shave his mustache.
Dress him up pretty good.
Get him all.
It's a group effort.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. You run quite a business.
Well, you know, you've gotta get.
Dina all done? Dina all done down there? Or they still?
Oh, I know.
Hanging away?
They finished this afternoon.
Good, there you go. Hey, there must be a big hole back there now.
I did that a couple of times when it was little.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, big time. It does help when it's
Time
soft.
for space.
You gotta take business when you can.
It's busy.
We'll put it to good use.
Cool.
I usually get,
That's
Bob Massey usually drops
Good
his
guys
off
to do it.
when I
Good
ask.
guys to do it.
I haven't done it, I didn't do it last year, and I don't know if I'll do it this year, but it does make a difference.
Oh,
You know, retirement, we
Oh, Brown has a memory, so.
Mark, how are the greenhouses looking?
Fine, fine, girls are doing well.
What's going on
Good,
in
get out
Fresno?
there.
You're
My
in
favorite
Fresno.
time of year.
I've gotta go get some flowers.
The bumblebees
How
are
did it go?
showing up.
All right.
Yes, they have, cause I was bringing So, stuff out did to you my bring my sister for college today?
No, you drove down Thursday?
There's a picture of it.
Yes, I'm not gonna go see her. I love her.
Learn something new today. Really?
Yeah, I never-
Well, it's not hard. My mother had both of us.
Well,
You can't figure out. Diane and I.
Joe, is it just a we didn't know? Brothers, are all brothers. The other, who's the other two?
Tisha and Debbie, but they don't.
Yeah. Well, Debbie and I have known each other, we've known each other for a long, long time.
You know, Debbie and I.
No, Diane, Diane and I have known each other.
My
for-
brother and I went
She used to work here.
Yeah, Diane was my,
We would favor our
mailbox
dad,
buddy.
but.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter when I went down to the post office, she was always there. I said, "What, do you work here now?" It's like, we always were.
Her and I, Joe,
Oh, okay.
and her sons, I mean Scotty, and
Now,
of course, her daughter,
Adela and
married
Jackson,
to
my
John,
nephew,
who was
they
Tracy's
look like they're
niece.
siblings.
Oh, that's true, oh.
Most of them they
John
are.
Raymond is Tracy's nephew,
Yeah.
and, so that's all related to
Oh,
so,
Well, in Illinois,
She's
area
quite
that
thick.
Adela is.
Oh, my, we play
Sandy
poker every
Shores.
Tuesday night.
No way. John too, or just her?
Oh, no, just Diane,
Yeah.
me, Erica, and my daughter.
that?
You can't.
Jerry and Marino,
Well, no, but.
they play out, they're playing
Yeah,
out
but
at
if you
Cindy's
see
now
her with
on
my sister, then
Sundays,
you'll
Tracy
get
said.
confused.
That whole little group there,
Because
they're
she
pretty
does
tight.
favor Sandy.
Well, what we do is we each
But
take
no,
out
we both
$15,
show up with our hair
Right.
done
and at the end of the night, we
same
give it all back.
Yeah.
our glasses.
No, I
In
haven't.
it,
So
so
I'm
my
gonna,
doctor.
so I'm gonna let you yesterday, I was up there, my son was playing. How are you?
You're all, that's good people.
Sit in the front row.
Yeah, sorry. So I helped them spread some and they were short. And I said, I might have 2 or 4 bags.
Cause you guys usually carry 15, 20 bags in your building, I told him, he just called the wall and I said, wow, I said, check with them, and I said, they usually have 15, 20 bags laying in that building.
I said, I could do,
Oh, okay.
or maybe 5. But you guys had a couple.
I don't have any.
You don't have any, okay.
I know, I told him, I said, we don't store it, we use it, so.
Because I know we, yeah.
He says, well, I'll buy some if I You gotta talk to Ev.
Okay, I'll talk to them again. But it looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They put the,
When they put on some type of fertilizer?
Well,
No,
they
they did the,
brought in more dirt, brought.
they brought in, they use the infield mix from sports fields.
So like, where's Paul?
I can't wait to see. No excuse. No, I can't wait to see if he really sticks
I'm
it
telling
out.
you.
I don't buy it.
I left my house this morning, very
Let's hope
good.
that's on them.
I usually don't get out of bed before now. This retirement,
Well, the problem is,
this
I
retirement
told him, I
thing,
said, look,
me, my puppy slept till 10. So I get up this morning, 7:30, look at me,
I was on
see, I gotta go. So I
3
thought,
hours, 4 hours a night, every night after my game.
Don't forget
I
about
said, you gotta continuously do it. I said, you can't just do
I
it
just
now
got back to the cave.
and expect it to be good.
12 month, I get a check every
In
month.
August,
Jamie,
year,
you have to
do it,
Not
do it,
even-
do it
Don't
right.
have any marketing,
Do it all now.
It's free.
I'm gonna continue doing it, I said, it's an every night need.
some of us.
Who's doing it now? Who's taking care of it?
Some of us taught our entire
Travis Hughes.
careers. I did not get any, all my subjects.
St. Peter's supposed to
Actually,
be
I did
the grounds guy.
Oh, is she? I did.
There you go.
Has not been a consistent
But I still got some
work on that field, on those fields at all.
I should have gotten, that's all.
Well, that's a poor excuse. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
50 years old, I play with trout.
I was up there at 4 o'clock in the mornings. Yeah, I live close, but still. Because you can't do it once, and then it has to be done every second.
Correct.
We got grounds. Yeah,
It's
not bad.
Oh my gosh, that was.
I think they counted on a 1 by 1 area, 1 by 1 foot by 1 foot, 7 or 8 pets of valves.
What's he?
That's somebody says it's not the end of the world, we'll go by my sweat bonus. Sometime of the year.
We'll still do
trip.
it.
That's what I said.
That just means that people will start texting us.
Huh?
We can't hear. That's what happened.
Yeah, yeah, well, whether they put it up or not.
Actually, my son and my ex-wife, they watch us
I had
in
a
Bangor.
sign made
So, you know, they're
that said on
little-
top of the
my
school.
grandson, this
I
is
see.
a big deal.
They're still covered.
Watch me on TV.
Roller
Isn't it in hot, hot
further one
quarters?
of the school.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, I don't think they put it up
Well,
last
they
year.
were
I think
building,
I
they
ended up
just,
by
we bought,
getting up there
Chandler,
and doing it.
big into Legos.
I drove by one day and
Bought
it
the,
wasn't,
Titanic replica.
just in on top of a step ladder.
It's cool.
You know, kind of
Yeah,
sideways.
he built
It's
for me
a-
prior to.
That 6-foot step ladder's not tall enough.
Yeah.
You see the hearse in Ghostbusters?
Oh, I didn't sign that.
Pretty cool. So,
I was not the first to hear, but I signed it as the first one.
You did.
Oh, no kidding.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? Good, how are you,
She
sir?
was like that. She was watching TV one day and she saw the council meeting and she was watching the council meeting and she heard my She jumped up on the TV and went in the back of the TV looking for him. She's looking all over. I said, she's looking for who? Me. I'm like, oh.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Somebody asked, what did you put in that room this last guy? I should have said today, 34-degree water. Go knock yourself out. You know what, somebody would have been in it. That's the scary thing. I said they were not, that's Memorial, they've never heard. Get one nice day and they think it's wet. Should open it.
Just let me find.
Yeah. Same with the trails. When the trails open, it was nice last weekend.
Well, it
Still
looks
warm.
like from his snap, he was at an XM radio
Yeah.
event, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm assuming. That's cool.
It's a local Prescott business, we have a feature on that. It makes them network talk show. Is it the Kentucky Derby on Sunday? Mutual fund.
Huh?
It's just, we were talking about Jody, and you start talking about the Kentucky Derby, and I'm like, Jody.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like.
There's 2 races. erasers that previously erased.
No, I signed it, so I sign it all the time.
He had been talking to the guys at Morgan's erasers. So he sent me on, so he asked for a this can go down, it needs to be big like that. It was specific to the brand. I'm like, I should get up with that brand. Oh, he really wants a piston.
I know, I'm
Through the whole process of getting a piston. What exactly, what do you need, Dad? What do you want? Send him pictures of it. Operate it. He goes, geez, I've never run one before. He said, oh yeah, it was no, the other model that we had, the Real Rodeo with Primo. Yeah. And I'm like,
Okay.
after they brought it in, Primo, then we come up with Real Rodeo beans. Yeah. So it's tied up in there. Yeah. And he said, I didn't say that. I showed him the text. He's like, I don't know what it said. So anyway, long story short, he was more when you're used to
I got my little popper.
Yeah, me too. Whoops. No, I don't. Where'd it go? Yeah, you do. Right there. And I have mine too. It's hiding. We are ready to roll.
I would like to call to order the Monday, May 8th, 2023 council meeting. Roll call, Councilors Bagley and Mayor Smith are both absent and excused. All other councilors are present. Would everybody please bow their head in inspirational thought? We pray for our country at all times that all citizens are safe, healthy, and happy. We pray for wisdom for all those who guide and govern. Help this government body in every situation to know and to do the things that are right and just, with soundness of judgment in making vital decisions. We pray for the peacemakers, that the holy, life-giving spirit may ever dwell in their hearts, and the barriers of fear, suspicion, and hatred may fall. This we pray to the Holy Father. Amen.
Amen.
Everyone join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Okay, so item number 4 is public forum. Danielle, do we have anything for public forum that came into you?
No.
No? Does anybody from the public wish to speak? Okay, please come on up and state your name and address.
Sure, yeah. Troy Haney, 236 Van Buren Road, Caribou here. I wanted to come tonight to speak last meeting that we had about the Economic Development Committee. There were some concerns that were brought up by Councilor Morrill with the voting rights of the council member and the city manager on that committee. Typically, committees haven't, and from what I understand anyway, haven't had voting rights in those scenarios as a typical rule. The other thing I would bring up is that committees are just that. They're committees. They have no true voting rights of any action for the city. They can only vote to bring ideas as a committee to the council. So I'm not sure where that would be important enough to have the council hold up the process of creating an economic development team. Secondly, the second point of not allowing developers or business people to be on the committee, I think you're locking yourself out from some of your sharpest minds that look at things and say, geez, this could work, that could work, things like that. The idea of having a insider trading, I think was the comment you made, John, is kind of ludicrous, because at the end of the day, again, it's a committee. If you have something that you're working on that's losing my word here, but basically if it's a conflict of interest, then you abstain from the vote, much like you folks do sitting in your seats where you actually make financial decisions and have access to 100% of the information. A committee, for economic development is nothing more than a group of people to sit, come up with ideas, figure out which ideas would help move the city forward in economic development, because we currently have a hole where we do not have an economic development person full-time. Now, Penny does City Manager Thompson does an awesome job. She's got a lot of balls that she's juggling, but I would think she would like some help and support from different committees like this that could bring ideas forward. And I would hope, and I would ask this council tonight to move forward with the proposal that was put on the table at the last meeting. We had several conversations, several votes went on. There was plenty of opportunity to change it. Let's move forward with it as is, and if there needs to be adjustments, then let's amend it. But let's get it going so we get a team of people working before it's too late. We have a Air Force base that's starting to get some traction. If some of those things start to take off, Caribou is definitely going to have the opportunity to have some successes from that. And I'd like to see a group of people from this town working on figuring out how we do that. Because right now, if you have a business and you want to put a business in this town and you need a piece of land, it's very difficult to find one. There's no more industrial park spots left. They're all sold out. We don't have anybody working, to my knowledge, on creating a new industrial park of any sorts. These are important things. Taxes are going up. The way you offset taxes is bring in more tax revenue. Tax revenue comes from more houses or more businesses. Let's work together and move this town forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haney. Would anybody else like to speak during public forum? Okay. Moving on to item 6, bid openings, awards, and appointments. I am pleased to have Manager Thompson introduce our new...
Number 5.
Oh, did I skip one? Oh, sorry. I guess number 5 comes before number 6. I was just really excited about number 6. Okay. So for number 5, we have the minutes from the regular city council meeting of April 10, 2023.
Move to accept. Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All right. Counselor Gahn.
Aye.
Morrell.
Aye.
Terrio.
Aye.
Lily.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now can I do number 6?
Now you can do number 6.
Okay, moving on to 6A, bid openings, awards, and appointments. Manager Thompson, would you please introduce our new chief of the Caribou Fire and Ambulance Department?
So with the departure of Scott Susie, a vacancy was created in the Caribou Fire and Ambulance Department. In accordance with the Caribou City Charter, the city manager names a fire chief for an indefinite term. I would like to thank the members of the selection panel who helped me better understand the challenges and responsibilities of this position. Tonight, I would like to introduce Brian LaJoy, who will officially assume the role of the Chief of the Caribou Fire and Ambulance Department on Tuesday, May 9th, which is tomorrow. Chief LaJoy is a graduate of Caribou High School. He was educated at Northern Maine Technical College and Southern Maine Community College. Chief LaJoy began the paid call force in Caribou in April 1992 and was hired as a career member of the department in October 1995. He was promoted to captain in February 2016. Additionally, Chief LaJoy has been the treasurer for the Caribou Volunteer Fire Department since 2002 and is a master mason with Masonic Lodge number 170 and Washburn Lodge 193 and is an Anna Temple Shrine member. We thank him for his prior service to the department and wish him well as he assumes this new role as the chief of the Caribou Fire and Ambulance Department. And our Chief LaJoy is here, and he's got several of the members of his department here to support him, so I thought maybe we could take a picture, because you know I'm into that. So. Did you want to say anything, Brian? You'd have to go to the
Have to go to the
podium.
It's okay, Brian. Here we go.
Good evening, council members. Just very excited to get in this new role, new chapter in my life. After 28 years of being on shift, this is quite a change for me, but I'm going to try to do the best job possible for the city and our surrounding communities that we serve. So looking forward for the opportunity to do this.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Ryan, do you and your compadres want to get up there? I can use your phone to take a picture.
Brian, how do you say your last name?
LaJoy.
Yeah,
LaJoy.
LaJoie.
Did you want us in it or not?
Yes, definitely, yes. Have the council, if you guys want to stand here, maybe, I'm so bossy, so if you want to stand here and we'll have somebody, oh, Mike, you need to get up there too.
No, not like this, sorry.
Can
Why?
stand in the back.
Why? Yeah, why now?
No. Thank you.
Well, okay, Scott, can you go over here so we're like a little bit more balanced here? Okay, you can take your picture first and then I'll take mine.
Maybe I could get on someone's head like I did the last one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stand in front of you, that's why I'm gonna let you go first. Okay, everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
Sheila
I got
Hoyt.
Ryan, the official camera here.
That's a big one, yeah.
Okay, everybody say cheese.
Cheese. Do we have to?
Okay, one of those has gotta be good.
Good luck, Brian. If you need anything, holler.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Good so far.
All right.
How quickly they leave.
See you.
Well, there's still daylight.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Got things I'm sure they wanna do.
Okay, moving on to 6B, annual appointment of members to the Northern Maine Development Commission. Annual community representative appointments are required for the Northern Maine Development Commission. Traditionally, the mayor and city manager are appointed to represent the city of Caribou. What are the wishes of the council?
So moved.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right. Gone.
Aye.
Morrow?
Aye.
Terrio?
Aye.
Willie?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Congratulations, Manager Thompson and Mayor Smith.
One more committee.
You guys like get dinner and stuff too, huh? Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Number
I don't have any
7.
committees that give
Yeah,
dinner.
you're on the no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Number 7, public hearings and possible action items. We have nothing under number 7 for this evening. 8A, under reports by staff and committees, it is a tax-acquired property at 8 Shirley Drive. Take it away, Carl.
Good evening, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Councilors, Manager. So we were approached by Mr. Corvo for an offer on 8 Shirley Drive, map 37, lot 18. This has been recently out to bid with no bids on the property. The offer is for $8,000, and this does cover all back taxes plus 2023 taxes and the back CUD costs.
And again, what was the recommended bid for this property?
$18,100.
Thank you. Do I have a motion? Okay, in hearing that we do not have a motion, I would assume that means that we are leaving the property out to bid? That be how that works, Penny?
I think so, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that means that until we bring the list back and relook at the minimum bid, then pretty
Okay.
much.
Well, then I'll ask a question. You said everything was gonna get caught up with $8,000?
Yes, sir.
All the bills gets cleaned up?
Yep. The reason why we set it at 18.1 is we've always used the 25% of assessed value
Yeah.
for the starting bid. So like I said, we didn't get any bids at that. I guess there's significant damage
Okay.
on the building.
It says here, Mr. Corvo. What's his first name?
Zach.
Zachary on the next page.
Oh, over, good. Got it. Well, then I'll make a motion to accept $8,000. Everything gets paid.
Everything gets paid, including 2023 taxes.
Fair enough.
I second that.
Discussion? Gone?
Aye.
Morrow?
Aye.
Terrio?
No.
Willie?
No.
No. Motion fails.
Thank you.
On to 8B, the manager's report. Manager Thompson.
So, on the riverfront and the power plants, more vandalism has been occurring, and staff has reached out to Versant Power in hopes that we could work together to install some cameras or something else that we could alert the police when someone's down there. They're doing regular patrols, but it's hit or miss when they're down there, but it's become quite bad, and I don't understand why people are doing this. I mean, we're trying to get this cleaned up with a Brownfields grant, which we'll hear about later this month. But in the meantime, we really wish people would just stay away from there and not get hurt. The broadband initiatives, staff has been in contact with Spectrum about the approval of the line extension grant from the Maine Connectivity Authority. Their first step is to sign a contract with MCA, and they will keep us informed on the project. The solar project at the Ogren Road dump, the former dump, they are making some progress. Staff has received a business equipment tax exemption form for the project, which means they have equipment on site, but they're not yet generating power. For events, brush cleanup will begin next Monday, May 15th. We actually get a lot of questions about that. So we have it on Facebook and on our website, but just to let everyone know, Public Works will make one pass through our in-town neighborhoods. If you're in the country, please call and they'll make one trip out there. The citywide yard sale is May 20th and 21st. The spring runoff is this coming Saturday. And it looks like it's going to be good weather for that, right, Gary? Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Thursdays on Sweden Street events are being finalized, and the first one is less than a month away on June the 1st.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I know, me too. Yeah. So the theme for our first one is going to be a summer safety shindig.
Summer safety.
Yeah.
Say that fast 3 times, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Summer safety.
yeah, we actually the Maine Department of Transportation has. They're starting some new planning and programming, and they're trying to get input and feedback from citizens. So we're actually partnering with them, and they're coming up to do just engaging with citizens, trying to find out what their priorities are, what they see for trouble spots in the neighborhood. So we're hoping a lot of people come out and tell Maine DOT what's on their mind. With that, we're hoping to have some other safety related displays and giveaways to that too.
Seatbelt crash.
Yeah,
buggy
exactly.
there,
Yeah, just get everyone in the spirit of being safe this summer. The Federal American Rescue Plan Act, the grant application for county funds was submitted on time. The request was for equipment to be used in the fire department and the police department. We have not heard yet about that. The Riverfront Master Plan, staff was notified on Friday that the NBRC letter of intent was accepted, so
Yay.
Caribou has been invited to submit a complete application. And that's another part of the riverfront that we're working on through the Riverfront Committee. And the Aldrich Snowmobile Storage, this is something we were kind of talking about before the meeting, which is about paper streets. And this is another one that I've been in contact with the city attorney about, because there's a paper street up there too. So we've been trying to figure out if that section of the road has been accepted. Business outreach, I do have a few things going on that aren't ready to be brought forward, but exciting. Tax acquired property, of course we had something on the agenda for tonight. I guess I would just have to say with that, if we have things on, out for bid, and we have a lot less of an offer. Maybe we just need to adjust what we're offering the property for with several of them, because we didn't have a lot of bids. So that might be something that we might want to put on an agenda sooner rather than later, so that if people wanted to do things this summer to get the properties fixed up. The Nylander appointments will be made at the next city council meeting to that committee. Police station, the paperwork to access the CDS request is ready to be submitted. Just need to read through it one more time before I sign all of that paperwork. We have been working with USDA and Artifacts on trying to get the paperwork together for that. The comp plan update, there was a work session on April 27th. Two of our counselors that are here tonight were at that session about fiscal capacity and capital investment.
Three.
Well, the two that are here, so
Oh,
if you
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
questions
yeah,
for
that's
the two
right,
that are
that's right,
here. Yeah, and Ken's here too if you have questions. This is a required section of the 2024 comprehensive plan, and counselors Gahn, Morrill, and Bagley all attended. I met with JCAM this afternoon too about the comprehensive plan, and we're getting a plan together for that also. So 15 Prospect Street, there was an article in the paper today, and Mr. Barretto had until today, that wasn't stated in the article, but he had until today to respond. The judge has given him an extension to May 29th,
Nice.
which I have emailed the council, but I don't know if you've had a chance to read all the email I send you. Water Street Fire, so North State had the mortgage on the property, and they had forced place insurance, so they have been made whole and discharged their lien. The property owners have not responded to requests from our code enforcement officer or from the Caribou Economic Growth Council, who also had a loan to them. Personnel changes, the city of Caribou has multiple open positions, and more information is available at the website. For other updates, the DOT Village Partnership Initiative, I actually emailed back and forth with Jared this past week, and it will be part of DOT's June work plan meeting. He's going to be up here on June the 8th, so I'll be meeting with him then. JCAM and I also talked about that today also. So under the major update under other updates is that the County of Aroostook is going to be transitioning to a fiscal year of July 1 to June 30. And they're doing this in 2024. And I've attached an email from our county administrator on that. And Mayor Smith has expressed interest in transitioning the city of Caribou to a fiscal year to be in alignment with the county and the school. So something else to discuss at another time. And that is all I have, unless someone has questions. There's an email in there from the county about that too.
I just want to go back to what you said about the tax acquired property policy. Is that something that we have to wait a certain period of time before we can make adjustments to those, or can we do it at any time?
Yeah, that I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
that would be more,
Let's-
Carl's
he's-
gone back upstairs,
left, yeah.
but,
Maybe
or
if we
left.
could just find
Yeah,
that
I'll find
out.
yeah.
Okay.
But there could be somebody who didn't want to bid 18.1, but might bid more than 8,000. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And if,
Yep.
and if other people weren't given that opportunity, it might be worth just finding out what other interest is there.
Yep, great, thank you. Does anyone else have questions for Manager Thompson? Okay. 9A, under new business ordinances and resolutions. Next, we have a request from RSU 39 for additional funds for a capital project, which would be the track that they have been proposing. Mr. Graves is here to talk to us a little
Yes.
bit about that.
Yes, thank you very much for having us tonight to discuss this. And
You should be able to click through your slides yourself.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. So this is a community space. We have had this track, we're very fortunate to have a track. We are one of 2 all-weather surface tracks in Aroostook County, so us and Presque Isle. So if there's a meet, middle school, it's between these 2 communities. High school events, same thing. We usually host 2 a year. We have people coming down from the Bangor area, and people travel to watch their kids participate. So They're spending money at our businesses and doing that. It's also a community space that's used by not only the schools, but also the citizens of Caribou. Any given day, if you look out there, there's people walking. There's groups of people, there's community members, there's adults walking during the day. If you go up there now, there's people up there walking, utilizing this great facility. The track has been a staple of the community for numerous athletic events, training events, community events, and everyday health and wellness activities. And I'll go into that in a little more detail. The track is now long overdue for an upgrade. 15 to 18 years, they say, is the lifespan for the surface of the track, and we're pushing about 30 years. It had some Band-Aid work done about 15 years ago, and here we are. The opportunity to do this is now. We have the ESSER funds, which is a big part of this, and if we lose that, we won't have an opportunity again to get this done. The surface is deteriorating, and we're to the point where we can't host some meets. The PVC championship meet, which is when the Bangor teams come up, that rotates. So every 5 or 6 years, we could potentially host that. With a 6-lane track, we're not able to do that. With the situation we're in with our track, we're not able to do that. So some of those teams, parents, families would not be able to come up, and we'd lose some of that economic aspect. The proposed upgrade will add life to the facility and really sharpen up the community. I think when you drive into the parking lot at Caribou High School, obviously we have a nice facility with our school, but a lot of times people travel up for athletic events. So when they see that nice facility, it does draw something to Caribou. The proposed upgrades will improve the safety as well for our students and our community. There's divots in the track. I got some pictures here in a minute, but there's some divots in the track where some of that surface is gone. And that causes a concern when people are out there walking or running. The economic impact with purchases made at local businesses and restaurants is huge. When, again, you get the Memes and Pepes coming down from Fort Kent, or people traveling up for these middle school meets even from Holton, they're going to stop at Burger Boy after and get an ice cream. They're going to go to the Rendezvous now and bowl some. They're going to go and fill up at First Choice, which is right there near the high school. So money is being spent. Some families will go to the grocery store and get their Gatorade and water. They're going to buy, like I said, gas. They might get a pizza to go on their way out at Big Cheese. So it will impact our businesses in a positive way. The bus drivers might have to wait for a few hours, and they'll take a walk. They'll go to First Choice and buy some food as well. Grandparents, other family, again, they're going to eat. We feed event staff. So, when Gary has the rec track meet, we're going to Cindy's. We're supporting Cindy's and these businesses. Regional teams practicing at our venue in the area. We have Union 122 comes over to use the facility, Fort Fairfield, Washburn. We've had UMPI asked to come use it, MSSM as well. So it's not just Caribou, it's these other schools coming to use it to practice. And again, they're buying gas, they're buying food after, they're spending money. What we need is a community. We have the ESSER grant. We have a little other money with pockets, and what we're asking for you guys is, at the most, based on the information we have from the engineer, is $133,940. Seeking, again, to utilize these funds that, from what I understand, were given, or you guys kept in a reserve.
Yeah, we weren't billed for that
Correct,
amount, yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So they're in a reserve from the school, and, I'm talking to Penny that, there's more than that in there, but this is at the most what we would be seeking. Again, this depends on where the bids for the project come in. This amount could be lower. Again, we are one of 2 all-weather tracks in Aroostook County, and as a community, we could look to do more events like host USATF meets, which is a summer league for kids, and as well as community track races for all of Aroostook County. So this is a picture of the current state of the track. You can see some tar exposed. This is at one end, but it's like that throughout. There's a building you see halfway down the track, that would have to come out. There's it's leaking. We've patched it some, so that would be down the road, a part of the project. You see the light poles on the right. That's also a part of the project, and those poles are starting to come in a little bit. Some of those poles were donated from the base a long time ago. So some of these things is general upkeep that we need. Again, safety concerns, deteriorating buildings. I had a conversation with somebody the other day about the potential project, one of the coaches, and they were talking about the lights, and it was, do we really need the lights? The answer to that is, yes, we need the lights, because in the middle of that is a soccer field, so during harvest time, we have kids working the fields all day. We host a night practice, they can come and still practice. They don't have to miss out. These kids are diehard, but again, they're helping our farmers out in the community so they can work, still have a night practice. Another picture there showing some more lines deteriorated. The other thing about this is we are one of 2 440-yard tracks left in Maine. Most tracks are 400-meter tracks, so again, that just shows how outdated this facility is. Again, lights are old, poles need updates. Bottom line, as I've reiterated throughout, these events bring people to our community, including alumni, grandparents, other family, and potential future citizens. As a team for just track, we have a long-standing tradition of Aroostook League champions, girls continuous, boys and girls, since the 80s and 90s. Multiple PVC champions, many individual champions in Aroostook League, PVC, and even boys individual state champions in 2018, and numerous, as you see, individual state champions from this program. Facility use includes, again, our phys ed classes are out there in the fall and now. We have our cross-country teams utilizing it for workouts, the track and field teams, obviously. We have the annual Labor Day biking run on Labor Day. The rec track program utilizes it throughout May and into June. We've hosted the MRPA regional track meet as well as the state track meet. The Nordic team uses it for workouts. We've had Relay for Life up there for years, the 24-hour relay. Woodland School Track team comes, as well as their rec program, Fort Fairfield, MSSM, Washburn. Caribou Community School recently hosted a walkathon, earning some money. Community wellness, soccer games, local running club workouts, UMPI track team. Soccer officials have come to test. U.S. Border Patrol has asked for it a couple times to utilize it. Caribou PD has come for fitness testing, as well as local Special Olympics events. So you see the broad use here that it's used for. Impact of the facility, again, a safe place to exercise in our community. It offers access to the trails. When I was out there today checking things out, there was somebody that was walking. They walked around the track a lap or two and then went into the trail system. Families can come and exercise and not worry about traffic. Mid-April to early November, track is used daily by our community. Positive economic impact on the city, and then again, the community has shown the importance of exercise as a community, and we want to continue with this. Again, reiterating the success, what the program does, it builds confidence in our student athletes and promotes a healthy lifestyle. You know, when I look around here, I know some of your own children or grandchildren have been a part of these programs, and I think they could attest to that as well. We generally have roughly a quarter of the student body at CCS participate. It's quite a bit of kids doing track, and about 20% at the high school. Having updated facility, I really believe will increase and improve the program. So our community utilizes this facility. The impact of the track is positive for our business community as well. This is our opportunity to upgrade the existing layout. Okay, if we don't do it now, it's going to be a much bigger challenge to do this down the road. We have this opportunity with the ESSER funds, and I don't know if we'd get it back. I think if that happened, we'd have to come and ask for a lot more money, and I don't think that would be physically responsible to our community. So just to, I hope we can move forward with this, but at least now we have this in our minds and we can see kind of what we're asking for. Again, the top of the line was that 133. It could be less. So if you have any questions, I could entertain that.
Lou?
Yeah.
Are we talking about, because I'm kind of hearing a mixed message here, are we talking about resurfacing the present track or expanding the present track?
So the project went out to bid a couple weeks ago, and the pre-bid meeting is tomorrow, and that is, in the bid, it is tearing up the existing track and then resurfacing it. So it would also, work with the runways and things like that. And the project that went out to bid also included lights, a set of 4 lights on one side.
Okay, so you're not adding lanes?
That's up, it potentially could, but, I mean.
Because I just
yeah.
heard you say that we couldn't host things like the PVC if we didn't have the additional.
I'm sorry, yes. So that is a potential, but I mean, what's gone out to bid
Okay,
is
it's
for
just-
6 lanes, but again, different things could happen based on that.
Second question.
Yes.
Do you mind? You had quite a list of other people who use it. Do we charge at all for those
So,
kinds of things?
my
question. That was my question.
We hadn't in the past, but I think it is time to start considering that, because that could help as well. Because again, one of the things is with a 15 to 18-year lifespan, at some point in 15 to 18 years, if this all goes through, then we're going to have to do that again. So we need to plan for that and start putting some money away to help when that time comes. So currently we don't, but we certainly could look into that.
I just think,
No,
that'd be a great, I understand that it's a great public service thing, but the other piece is when you're looking at something as expensive as that is, they have to understand that the money, comes from somewhere. The last thing, I know the soccer field has always been in the middle of the track. I do remember when the track was fairly new. Yes, I'm that old. They used to tell kids they couldn't walk across it with their spikes. They had to take their spikes off and walk into the soccer field and put their spikes on. The last, I want to say 6 or 7 years, they don't do that anymore. The spikes just run across that, which
Yeah.
I'm sure must create
So-
problems.
Yes. So, if we're fortunate enough to get this new facility, this upgrade, a lot of, we would continue, or go back to that. A lot of schools, what they do for
Put a
the
road.
fall, they put a bigger carpet down. So like football schools, if you go to their place, or even soccer, there's a carpet, they go across that. So it's not just willy-nilly anywhere. Or we would just say, look, put your cleats on when you get here. So, yeah.
Okay, and I'm just trying to think of ways to extend the life of the,
No, that's good.
of the track.
Anybody else have a question?
So, let me understand this case. So you already got out for bids on this proposal?
Correct.
Okay, and your bid is to include, what exactly is your bid? Okay, you're saying, I'll go back to Lou's question, are you expanding? I mean, do you have a?
I said no.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
you-
just answered that.
Well, you
Said
said
no.
no, but
Yeah.
then I think that maybe, you said no, you're not expanding the lanes or anything at,
So what
wanna
went
be
out?
clear with that.
What went out to bid was to tear up the existing surface,
resurface the track?
resurface, so put a layer of tar, and then.
Tar or rubber?
So you put tar down, we'd have to put the tar down first, and then the all-weather surface, the rubber, and the lanes get painted on, goes on top of that. Yeah, so that's
So
what,
no
and lights, a set of 4 lights on that side, in one of the pictures where the building was.
Right.
On that side would be 4 new light poles, new lights, and then capabilities, we'd start the process to do underground wires.
So has your athletic boosters organization chipped in on this or got involved with this project at all?
So, the quick answer, the answer to that is no. They have, with COVID and everything, we went through a slump. We are getting back into some stuff, but we don't have that type of money. We are looking to do some fundraisers to help with some other things too, so.
So, I mean, so in other words, the athletic boosters organization is not contributing at this time because of financial circumstances.
Correct.
You guys looked into any other type of fundraising and everything, or
So-
going out to the public to ask for donations to facilitate this project?
Yeah, so we had a couple weeks ago, we talked about a couple different phases. So this would be the first phase, getting it with the all-weather surface, getting it, that part done. The second phase would be updating some fencing around the facility, and new mats, and a building. So we'd have to tear down that building here.
Right.
This building is old, this bathhouse, we tear those down and then look to have a new building.
So your total project, okay, once all the phases are done, encompasses how much money? So in other words, the money you're asking us for is just to help with the track surface, is that correct?
No, it'd be, the first phase is the track itself, the ripping it up.
Right.
Putting this layer down, and the lights and some underground wiring.
Okay.
And then the second part, which we haven't really looked at the numbers for, we would do with donors is, I don't know the total for that, we haven't even gone that far.
Okay.
I have a question and a comment, I guess. First, I'm going to comment based on what Councilor Willie was talking about. And, you know, I think it's a good idea to look into charging other communities to use a facility, just like we do if someone wants to use the building or the gym or something like that. We would charge a fee. So it seems reasonable to charge a fee for that and maybe generate some money for the project that way. My question was, when did the ESSER funds run out? You were talking about, you know, a lot of this kind of hinges on that. When do those funds run out, or when does that expire, or how does that work?
Great question. So we have to spend and that money by September 30th
Of this year?
of this year.
Okay. And how much money was that available with that?
600, just over 600,000.
680,000.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Or 6, 7.
Oh, you have it right there, yeah.
Okay.
Can you do a partial, can you use those funds to do something, say, like for the track, you were gonna put on lights and wiring and stuff. Can you use that money to go as far as it will take you, and then get the rest of the money for the rest of what you need to do later, rather than everything, you know, so that you don't lose it if you don't get any more funds in time?
So that's,
Well, I mean, so in other words,
that's a good question. There's a lot to that. I mean, you know, I guess we'd have to look closer at that. If we didn't have these extra funds, we might have to go back to the drawing board, you know, and say maybe some of the lights aren't included in this phase. But we would have to re-look at that, so, yeah. Yeah.
something that wasn't, but something, I think you should consider it, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions from council? Okay.
So I guess, you know, I thank you for your time, and we thank you, and I mean, I guess that, I don't know the next steps as far as how you guys would handle it, but we will certainly be in touch. I mean, once these bids are open, tomorrow's a pre-bid, the bid is the 18th when they'll be open, so we'd certainly know more then, and then we will be in touch with Penny to say how things turned out and then see where it leads. But
Great, and now we'll be well-informed
Yeah.
with what's going on. So
Yeah.
thank you very much,
Yeah.
and will give us something to think about.
Perfect, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, item 9B, I believe we need to countersign the RSU 39 budget validation referendum warrant. That is on page 19. Okay, so at a meeting on Wednesday, April 26, 2023, the Regional School Unit Board of Regional School Unit Number 39 finalized their budget for the 2023-24 school year. Part of this process is a regional school unit budget meeting that will be held at the Caribou High School Performing Arts Center at 308 Sweden Street at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 17th, 2023. In advance of the meeting, the budget booklet will be loaded onto the school's website. At this same meeting, the board signed a warrant and notice of election calling the Regional School Unit Number 39 Budget Validation Referendum in accordance with 20A MRSA 1486 for June 13th, 2023 at the Caribou Wellness Center at 55 Bennett Drive from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the warrant needs to be countersigned by the Caribou City Council. So what are the wishes of the council?
Make a motion, we sign the warrant.
Second?
Discussion? All right. Counselor Gahn?
Aye.
Morrow?
Aye.
Terrio?
Aye.
Willie?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, and we will get that signed. Okay, 9C, conveyance of half of a paper street off Corvo Street.
I love paper.
I had to familiarize myself with the term paper street.
It only
for this.
exists on paper.
That's the one I was talking about earlier.
Here it is.
just is clicking now.
Here,
so-
yeah, now
sorry.
the time has come.
It's on-
In October 2004, the city of Caribou conveyed a portion of a paper street, which is the west one half of Violet Street extension where it joins Lot 45, to William and Mary Lee Anderson in Book 4039, page 25. The east half of the Violet Street extension was not conveyed at that time to the owner of Lot 46 from the 1956 subdivision. J&A LLC purchased map 41 Lot 8, which is Lot 46 from the 1956 subdivision in 2021.
Clear as mud.
Yeah, yeah.
They have requested that the city of Caribou convey the east half of Violet Street extension where it adjoins Lot 46 to J&A LLC, subject to a water and sewer line easement in favor of Caribou Utilities District. So what are the wishes of the council?
Madam Deputy Mayor, I make a motion that we make a motion to the east half of Violet Street Extension, where it joins Lot 46 according to the survey and plan of Walter and Rose Marie Corvo subdivision by A.H. Rhinelander Surveyor, which is recorded at the Southern Aroostook Registry of Deeds in volume 14, page 31, to J&A LLC, subject to a water and sewer line easement in favor of Caribou Utilities District.
Second the motion.
All right, discussion? Counselor Gahn.
Aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
Terrio.
Aye.
Willie.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Glad we didn't have to ask Counselor Morrow to read that motion again.
I got it straight this time, okay?
You did good.
I did that. I
You
did
did
that.
all
Okay,
of-
yeah,
you did.
yeah.
You got all the numbers in there.
Thank you.
Okay, 9D is a discussion and possible revision of Ordinance 1 of the 2023 series. That was Chapter 22, which was what we were discussing earlier in public forum with the Caribou Development Committee. Whereas 2 members of the council are not currently present for this discussion, my thought would be we would table this issue until the next meeting when we can have those councilors present. I know Councilor Bagley was quite integral in the process of setting this committee up, so I think, you know, having him here would be good. What are the wishes of the council on this?
Madam Mayor, Madam Deputy Mayor, I so move it. So move it as required. I have been doing some research on it also, and I do have a motion to present, but without having everybody here, but I do at this point would like to move it until later agenda item.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Councilor Gahn.
There was, aye. Everyone, aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
Terrio.
Aye.
Willie.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, 9E, discussion and possible action on having one monthly meeting in June, July, and August. This is something that we have discussed a few times at previous meetings, and I think it's just a matter of trying to formalize this and see what the wishes of the council are in regards to this.
I would make a motion to hold only one monthly meeting in June, July, and August.
Second.
Discussion. All right, Councilor Gahn.
No.
Councilor Morrow.
Aye.
Terrio.
Aye.
Willie.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
We do know those meetings can be rescheduled if needed.
That would be yes.
Yes, yep, for sure.
Just as an aside.
Okay, and Manager Thompson, maybe we could just come up with what those dates will be.
I think
ahead of-
those
I think we
dates-
already have maybe an idea that it would be
Right,
the
first
second,
meeting, 'cause, yeah, we'd
the
have the
second meeting of the month,
Because that's when the
yes.
financials.
Yep,
And we
Okay.
would need to set the tax rate at the second meeting in June.
perfect, okay, thank you.
Did you have a
Right.
question, Councilor?
No.
Okay.
Okay, nothing under old business. Reports and discussion by mayor and council members. Let's start down on this end this evening with Councilor Gahn.
Nothing.
Councilor Willie?
I have a couple things for the library. We're still up in the air as whether we're doing the garage sale. But we are doing the plant sale that the library always done, the perennial sale on June 10th. And if you have plants you want to donate, that's fine, but they will be selling perennials right at the library in the Caribou Room, I think it's called. Also, one of the projects they started, I think last year or the year before, was something called a story walk, and they had it around the pond. And they're actually children's books that have been laminated and separated so that families can walk around the pond and read the story and talk about what's going on. They've got one, we've got one, I can't remember the name of it, something about strawberries, but Mr. McElwain and his wife have agreed. They're all excited, and they're going to have it set up through the strawberry fields and around the farm. And I think they have a call into you, but you were gone, so they're still planning to ask if you'd like a story walk as well, because we've got a book for you if you're interested. So basically, it's just, you know, you don't do anything to it. It's just something that families can do as an aside while they're visiting the farms. And I guess they had really good response when they had it around the pond. The problem with the pond, there were, it was unattended for a great amount of time, and there was some damage done to the books. So we were hoping by having them at the various farms that might, you know, not happen. So I think that is all I have from the library. Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Terrio? Councillor Morrow?
Oh, that's me. I'd like to report that we have recently removed the pellet boiler from the fire station. Thanks to Staples Construction, did a phenomenal job in removing it, as well as the ventilation system component down there, which has opened up an extreme amount of storage room for these guys. Give us some equipment that wasn't being utilized. Did a very, very nice job. It's part of the ongoing project to revitalize, I guess we'll call it, the fire station. We are still in discussions with a couple contractors for the next phase of our heating project, I guess I'll call it. I want to extend my biggest heart out to the highway department right now, actually all departments in our city. We had originally talked to the highway department about helping us repair the retaining wall down there and leveling off the back area of the fire station. But because of them being down 5 men right now, it's going to be very, very hard for them to do anything this summer. I can't imagine how they're even going to pick up the brush of this community. But anyways, it was a very, very good discussion. We haven't lost effort with that yet. I mean, as well as, our fire station is down 3 guys right now, and our police station is down, I don't know, 2 or 3. Two. So, I mean, it's all the city departments are down, rec department's down too, so it's all just coming together. But Dave, we had discussed it, had a very good plan. It was basically the same plan that all the other contractors had, and it could have saved the city of Caribou a lot of money. But right now, because of him being so short-staffed, so we're going to have to revisit that. But things are progressing. We're waiting to hear, again, also from JCAM about the library project. I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening with our municipal buildings, so hopefully we'll be able to spruce them up and get everything put back together. But again, hearts out to the city employees. I'll tell you what, man. That's it.
Thank you. From my end, I have nothing to report, but Manager Thompson, can we please put some feelers out for a police station committee meeting in the next week or two?
Yep.
Either next week or the week after would be great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, next regular meeting will be on May 22nd. We have no executive session scheduled, so would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn. Second?
All right, discussion.
I
didn't think there would be any, all right.
Well, don't get too hasty.
Councilor Gahn.
Aye.
Morrow.
Aye.
Terrio.
Aye.
Willie.
Aye.
Aye, motion to adjourn. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
We have stuff to sign.
Microphones off, please.
What